Hello and warm welcome to everyone joining us today. We are so excited to have you here for this insightful webinar, Voices of Change, Women Empowering Through Communication and Leadership. My name is Seema Kedia, and I'll be your host for today's session. In a world where opportunities are shaped by how well we express ourselves, communication isn't just a skill, it's about empowerment, whether in the workplace, community, or everyday interactions. Ability to communicate with confidence can open doors, build connections, and create lasting impact. Today, we are honored to have joined by three incredible women who have harnessed the power of communication to lead, inspire, and drive change in different fields, from corporate leader to corporate trainer. Each of our speakers bring a unique perspective on how communication shapes success. Introducing our panelist, Mrs. Abha Mittal, a visionary leader, founder of TreeCampus, director of Sasta Sundar, a passionate advocate for organic farming, and an active member of multiple NGOs working towards the upliftment of unprivileged communities. Nidi, Saini, a certified corporate trainer, skill building expert, guiding professionals in confident workplace communication, leadership, and self-growth. Her work focuses on helping individuals articulate ideas effectively and thrive in their careers. We are thrilled to have you all through these webinars. Let's begin our conversation. To start with, I would love to hear from each of you about the detailed introductions, because I have just briefed them all. To know you more, we need to know from you. And also, we want to know how communication serves as a tool for empowerment. Abha ma'am, can we start from you today?
Hello everyone. Hi, I'm Abha Mittal, and it is truly a pleasure to be here today for this important discussion of power of communication and leadership. My journey has been diverse. So I started with my BCom honors degree, followed by a creative venture into fashion designing. However, my true passion lies in sustainability and social impact, which is why I'm deeply involved in organic farming and various initiatives that empower individuals through education and healthcare. Professionally, I serve as a director at Sasta Sundar. Now, Sasta Sundar is an online pharmacy dedicated to making healthcare more accessible and affordable. But beyond that, I've always believed that education, especially the ability to communicate effectively, is the foundation for personal and professional growth. So this belief led me to find TreeCampus. TreeCampus, it's an initiative that provides free spoken English learning classes and communication training to people from all walks of life. So I'm also an active member of NGOs like Inner Wheel Club, Parivartan Foundation, and Sikar Nagrik Parishad, where we work towards uplifting underprivileged communities. So through all these experiences, one thing has remained constant: communication. Communication is the bridge to all the opportunities. Today, I look forward to sharing my journey, learning from the fellow panelists, and discussing how we can empower more individuals through the power of effective communication. Thank you.
That's great, ma'am. Nidhi ma'am, can we have a word from you as well? Detailed conversation about introduction about you and your journey.
Definitely. Thank you, Seema. Thank you for inviting me here. It was lovely to hear about Abha. And good afternoon, everybody. So that's me, Nidhi, and I am a huge advocate of communication. If you ask me, this was definitely not something that was on my bucket list. So it is something what life has chosen for me. That's how I take my profession as. And I call myself a communication architect. I'm an executive presence and a speaking coach. I'm a corporate trainer. And I also delve into the emotional clarity as a life coach. Over the last nearly 25 years of my professional journey, I've worked across several industries and sectors. I studied to enter the textile industry. I've completed my post-graduation from NIFT. And for 15 years, I was in the textile industry until one fine day I realized, oh my God, I don't wish to be here. What the hell am I doing? So that is when I think my life was changing. A major twist happened, a major turn happened. That was in 2014. And yeah, I casually just moved into the L&D sector and realized I love this place. This is so much better. I can contribute to somebody else's growth, and slowly down the line, I knew I wanted to be here. And I think so for everybody, it's very funny. You end up finding the purpose of your life when you start contributing to somebody else. So it's very beautiful how it shows up. And that's exactly what happened with me. And life kept happening. Opportunities kept coming in front of me. I kept learning. I kept enrolling myself in further studies, further skill building courses, and to see how I can strengthen my skill sets that I have. And that's how it is. When I made the switch, I worked with institutions. 3 years down the line, I knew I wished to be here, but I do not wish to be confined by the walls. I want to create something which is open for everybody. And slowly I moved into English as an ESL trainer. I realized language was becoming a barrier to the confidence of many people. I moved into communicative English. I moved into confidence building. And that's exactly what I do today. I serve a lot of corporates. I serve PSUs, manufacturing industry, individuals, business owners. That's what I help them find their voice. Speak up for yourself. That's what I do.
That's a great initiative which you are doing. And that's actually a great job, allowing person to speak and express themselves. I think that's the most challenging task an individual is facing today. And for that only, we are here so that others can fulfill their things. Sakshi, you have joined. We would also like to have a few words from your side. She is working from the grassroots, and she's a social activist, and she's a mental health counselor. She is associated with TreeCampus from last 2 years, working and helping individuals. So Sakshi, would like to hear from you as well. Explain your journey, introduce about yourself.
First of all, a very good afternoon to all the ladies and a very happy Women's Day to all the lovely ladies.
Thank you so much. We missed this point. Sakshi, thank you so much for uplifting this and wishing us all.
Yeah, actually, I think we are here for this only today.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. Please
I
introduce.
a fashion designer, psychotherapist, and a social activist with a passion of mental health and inclusivity. Over the past 12 years, I've been working closely with the differently able people. And I've worked with them and I've come across many small problems which they have been facing. So I have been working and serving as a general secretary of Anmol Parents Association, and I am the founder of Parivartan Ek Nayi Soch. That is an NGO that is empowered to women, that is associated with women empowerment. So, like this only, the work goes on.
Okay. Great to hear from you, Sakshi, your journey. Abha ma'am, as you has already said, that the reason for starting TreeCampus, but still, the TreeCampus is a game changer for everyone, users' life. People who are getting associated with TreeCampus, it's changing life of many, and
Yes.
and this is like something incredible which you have started, and actually incredible because we are the witness, because we are getting the genuine feedback from everybody. How that thought process came to your mind and what made you to start this, and that is free and accessible to everyone, irrespective of gender, age, everything. What was the start and what pinged you up? Let's start this.
Yeah, so this idea for TreeCampus, it came from a very simple yet powerful realization. You see, strong communication skills can open doors to education, career growth, and confidence. So, but still so many people, especially women, individuals from undeserved backgrounds, struggle with this fundamental skill. So we wanted to bridge this gap. And how could we do that? We could do this by providing free, accessible, and high quality learning resources that empower individuals to express themselves effectively at their own time. They can do it at their own time. Like they don't have to stick to a particular timetable that this time only they can do. So it was a time was according to them. They can open their app anytime, anywhere, and they can just learn this language. So you see, communication is at heart of TreeCampus mission. It's not just about learning a language. It's about giving people a voice. So when someone learns to communicate with confidence, they gain the ability to advocate for themselves, seize opportunities, and lead with impact. So we wanted to give this impact by starting something like TreeCampus. So we also started with Bengali to English, like as I'm staying in West Bengal. So I saw this all here also, that there are so many people who know Bengali, but they can't speak English. So it becomes very difficult for them to communicate with the people outside West Bengal. So we started with Bengali to English also. So our platform ensures that everyone, regardless of background, has the tools they need to grow personally and professionally. So we are trying to make an impact. Let us see. So a lot of people are gaining through it also. So I hope so more and more people can avail of these opportunities and improve their life. Yeah.
That's truly inspiring, our ma'am, because communication is clearly the heart of empowerment. If you can communicate clearly, you have actually cleared one threshold of your life.
Yeah, definitely.
Nidhi ma'am, as we have the perception that communication is only the problem of few sections of the society, and as you are a corporate trainer, do you find a similar are they also facing the same communication barrier? Because when we think about communication, we only think that corporate people won't have the communication problem, and this is the perception which generally people have. And being a corporate trainer, do you find communication is a problem there?
I think communication, it's a very interesting question because communication is the baseline for a good relationship as well as the reason for breaking anything. Either you have it or either you don't have it, communication. You don't do it properly. So to answer the question that you just asked, yes, it is very much prevalent in the corporates also. Today, in today's times, it's the topmost skill that is required by any corporate are not the technical skills always. As a soft skills, it is communication. Because everybody has to work with people. And if I do not know how I am communicating with people, because in today's times, I think something that's missing is listening. I want to say my point. I do not want to listen to what other people want to say or what are they putting forward. I just want people to understand what I am trying to say, and my point should be validated. I'm sorry, I do not listen to you. So there are a lot of conflicts that are arising in between teams and corporates, which people like me as trainers, we do address, and we do try to make them understand different perspectives of it. And we do leave them with certain frameworks and tools which they can implement in their daily lives. So yes, it is very much there in the corporates, very much.
No, well crafted and well said, and clearing the doubt of us also, like corporate people to face the problem with the communication. Yeah. Sakshi, you're the working at the grassroots level and changing the life of the people from the root level. Can you share a story where communication has played a vital role? They were facing problem, and through you, they have changed their life. A story will be, helpful to us to understand.
Okay. Well, I think that communication is a bridge between struggle to success. So if you communicate well, then only you find yourself a polished person. I have a story of a woman whom I was working with, she was from a rural background, and she was, she never knew how to speak in English and everything. So I guided her, sorry, and with all the, TreeCampus applications and videos, it was a real help for her. She was confident, much more confident from earlier, and now she has turned into a spokesmanship and good.
Great. That was truly inspiring from your side. Great to know about that. Abha ma'am, as you are a corporate leader and also working with the social initiatives, do you find any difference between the communication between the social initiatives versus corporate settings? Is there any difference? Like, ma'am, you're mute.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you please come again? I like the question did not
Ma'am,
land.
actually, as you are a corporate leader and
Mhm.
also working with different NGOs
Right,
and
right.
also guiding women from your many era, like we
Mhm.
have seen that like, you're guiding many women, and
Mhm.
find any difference in initiatives, and is there any perception that this communication is like how it is impacting social barriers and the corporate settings?
Definitely, it is really helpful if you can communicate in some global languages. So you see, you can communicate the worldwide. If you are restricted to a single local language or something like that, so you get restricted to develop your business or go out of your comfort settings and everything. But it really helps you once you know new language, more global language, so you can connect more on social media. You can connect people globally out of your state and everywhere. So I think it is very, very important to learn a language outside of your comfort zone, and which can really help you grow your business and throughout your ideas and everything. Like, it is very important in today's life.
Great, ma'am. Great. Nidhi ma'am, as you are a corporate leader, as you have already said, communication is a barrier in both, for the corporate leader as well as the social people, which we have the perception. How they can overcome these communication barriers to succeed in their career? What is the pain point for them?
How they can overcome? I think the first most important, which I always speak and I always cover even in my trainings if they are around this particular topic, we always talk about listening, how important listening is. And so I'll tell you how I understood the difference between listening. I'm sure many people who might be listening to this will come to. I was working in my office one day, and my son came back from school years back, and he was super excited. He started telling me, "Mama, this happened, this happened." And I continued on my, I continued doing my work, and I was, answering a couple of messages on my phone. And he came and he said, "Listen." I said, "Yeah, I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you." And he said, "You're not listening to me. Dekho meri taraf. Look at me. You're not listening to me." I was like, okay. I put everything aside and we spoke for the next 20, 30 minutes. That day I really actually realized I wasn't listening. I was just hearing. Words were going in my mind. Words were going in my ears. But was I really into looking at him? Am I bothered to read between the lines, read his emotions, read his body language? Because half of the clues were there. And that's exactly what you and I, and all of us here are not doing. So, the first thing, if anybody wants to improve their communication, is to listen, be alert. And listening does not happen only with your ears, listening happens with your eyes, how you're feeling, the emotions, the energy that you're feeling. So, you have to listen to whoever you are communicating with. That is superbly important. Right. So that is the first thing which I would say as a the communication, how it can help. And right, we're talking about this only, right? How to help, how to build their communication, right? I have not
Exactly.
wandered away from the question.
No, no, no. Actually, your answer has, give me a curiosity to ask a question which is out of this topic which we are discussing. As you are a mother and a working woman, and in this Women's Day, I just want to know how it is like tackling everything. We have already heard women are the superwoman, and as they tackle everything so smoothly, so nicely. So you people are the best example, because you are managing everything so perfectly. So Nidhi, can you explain? Can you guide us, like, being a corporate leader and then a mother and then again a householder, how you're managing everything? How difficult and how well you are managing it?
It's very funny, but we women are conditioned to feel it's all our duty. I'm sorry, it's not my duty. Everything is not my duty. I've learned to let go of the guilt of not being around my child. I've learned to accept somebody else, be the support system. Please take care. I have to go out. So yes, initially there used to be a lot of guilt. Oh my God, what am I doing here? My child is back home. Who's going to take care? So that guilt of not being able to give him that time. We need to just let go of the guilt. You can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. I make mistakes.
Yes.
I can't do everything right. But yeah, I've learned to understand that yes, my starting line is 5 steps behind a man's starting line. It's as simple as that. I have to finish a lot of things and take care before my starting line, before I'm at the same space where he is or anybody else is. But then it's my duty also, it's my responsibility to not feel like a victim.
Sorry, we lost your connection. Last line. It's not audible. Okay. Nidhi, kindly work on your connections to Abha ma'am. And you are like, idol for me as well. I look through you as an idolized woman, and I already say she's like, perfect in everything. It's like, can you just limelight the journey of yours so that we can also learn, especially people like me can learn few things from you. Because the guilt always plays a vital role in our life. However succeeded we feel, how much we work and being in a every good position, but always a guilt is there. My kids are getting ignored, though they are not.
You cannot. You have first of all you have to be guilt free. That is the main. Whatever Nidhi said, you have to be guilt free. You cannot take everything. But see, you can work only when you get support of everyone, your children, your husband, your in-laws, your mother, your sister, whoever is at home. You need that support. So I think nowadays times have changed. People have started supporting, like women have started getting more support from their family, and their children have also started understanding. They enjoy their mother working. I think they really like it that their mother is working, they're doing something or the other. So I think not like before times when everybody needed you all around. So you are there all around, and most of all, like me, and I don't know about Nidhi, maybe like we are most of the times we are at home. We are working from home, or it's so. I think it just goes after one another. Like everybody get everybody's support, and then initially you do feel that am I missing my child's like initial days? I'm missing his childhood or something like that. But then you have to balance your time, and I think then everything falls into place. So, but you have to be present. When you are with the child, you should spend the quality time with the child. When you are at the work, you should give all your time to the work. So it has to be the balance in the life. So it's got like it is there. When you're with the child, that time it is like that you have to leave your work aside and just have to be with the child and listen to him, like Nidhi said. You have to listen to him. Otherwise, like this happens, Mama, you're not listening. You're just hearing. I really like that word. Like you're not listening, you're just hearing. So that is true. Like, but today I think everybody gets the support from their home, and everybody is supportive of their wife or their mother or their daughter working. So it's like that. Yeah.
Nidhi, your connection is free.
Yeah, it's audible now?
Yeah, audible. You can continue.
Cool. So I totally agree with what Abha continued to what I was sharing, and her point of view is yes. But one thing that I definitely like to add here is that you need to be that role model as a woman. See, our society is such that you're mentally, ever since you're born, you're mentally tuned to the fact that the man, the father, is going to go out and work. Times have changed. Women have been doing quite a lot. And as a woman, irrespective of whatever your circumstances are, less support or all the support, wherever you are, stand up for yourself. Because if you don't, your child sees the same. Right? So, and not just as a woman, I would say even men for that matter, do the right in front of your
Exactly.
child, because lead by example. And you might not see immediate results, but you will see the results as they grow and as they become adults and they start leading their own life. You will see those. And I see that today when my son, I think my biggest win, my proudest win, and something that I've done in life is I have brought up a young man who is such a mature and a humble human being. That's my biggest win in life.
Great, great. Yeah, that's the
Somebody who respects women. That is something. Another one thing I want to add here is I can empower girls, but I need to empower my boy.
yes.
Definitely, that's true.
Be
Yeah.
at par with those empowered girls. Respect them. I don't want you to be the one to not respect them. So individually, I'm going to do that for my boy. So
Yeah, that's the message should go to
That's the
everyone. Inspiring. We teach girls from the very initiative level, but we forget that boys also need the guidance, that how they need to behave, and that makes us better society. That's the very good example which you have portrayed.
Mhm.
Very
The
nice.
character building is very important.
Yeah, exactly. The guidance, the importance of the society, how to be in the society. We actually getting more for the girls, but we forget that the boys too need the guidance. We take it for a perception that they know it beforehand, everything.
and I think that is the reason why there's a lot of friction in the society today. Everybody's saying girls empower, women empowerment, I think men need empowerment right now.
This is
Not, it's not that they don't know, but as see, the society is changing. Things are changing pretty fast. Okay, there are a lot of equal opportunities for women. Women are coming out just the way men have been out there, but we've empowered women. We've told them to stand up for yourself, do this, do that. We've forgotten to tell men. Now you are dealing with not suppressed women, you are dealing with empowered women. And how do you deal with them? That is the little gap which I feel that we need to help them with that particular gap. They are intelligent people. Everybody is intelligent, but we just need to give them the right guidance that this is what you have now.
Very well said.
well said. Our ma'am, like TreeCampus is like it's like a organization where individuals develop their communication skills for success. So how TreeCampus is doing that, and what message you want to give to everybody to who is facing a communication barrier? They can use TreeCampus to overcome this communication problem.
So like at TreeCampus, we focus on practical real world learning. So we provide free spoken English learning app and live Zoom classes. Anybody who is facing problem with any of the chapters, they can come to the live Zoom classes and clarify their doubts. So ensuring that learning is accessible and engaging. But more than that, we create an environment where learners can practice without fear of judgment. See, everybody is fear, like if I speak like this, what will someone think? What will other think? So we create that environment that they can practice also directly through that, whether I'm like to gain that confidence. So we encourage interactive sessions, then peer learning and mentorship, so which are crucial in building real confidence. So beyond just language skills, we emphasize soft skills. TreeCampus helps individuals by breaking down barriers. What barriers? Like whether it's fear, lack of resources, or limited opportunities, so that they can step into the world feeling empowered and ready to succeed. Now I can do this. Now I'm confident of doing this. So this TreeCampus is really helping it out. And I've seen a lot of people, they've got a lot of confidence and they're really doing good by learning just English language. We think it's only a language, but it really helps them to succeed or to develop their skills, and it's really helping in their interview processes and everything. Like it's really a game changer. So like that, I think TreeCampus is solving a lot of problem in the rural area. In fact, a lot of rural people, like I come from a village in Rajasthan, Danta Ramgarh. My husband is from that village. So it's solving a lot of problem over there. People are doing classes in the government schools in the, like, they're doing classes every week over there, and the children are also learning. And in Hindi medium schools, they are put on TVs and all, so they're learning through those this TreeCampus app, and it really helping him. The teachers are also learning. See, it's not only for the students, the teachers are also learning from that app. So it's really helping out. And like my husband, he came from Rajasthan after after doing his graduation, and he did CA out here. So he had no knowledge of English, and it really had to face a lot of problem when he came to Calcutta, because of not learning that language, not having that language skill. And he had to really find that places so where he can go and learn English, and that amounted to a lot of he did not have that much money also, that he can go and can learn, spend that much on a language. But that was one of the main points also, that we wanted to start this initiative, and we started this through our village in Danta Ramgarh only. But then it spread to different places, and it's really helping out a lot of problems in like nowadays. My husband can be a TEDx speaker and everything, but at time when he came from Rajasthan, like, it was a very tough job for him to communicate with different people. And so I think English really helps you out in breaking all the barriers. And in today's world, like communicating globally, you can sit here and communicate with anyone globally if you know that language. So it's really, like, I think I'm doing my best so that people can learn and grow.
Yeah, that's a great initiative, ma'am, because we ourselves know about TreeCampus, because it's not only about, there are many apps in the market. They're more focusing on grammar. I don't think for knowing any language, you need to know grammar, because I think we speak fluently, Hindi and Bengali. And I think you also speak Bengali, ma'am. But
Yeah.
but I don't think कि अगर एक भी grammar पूछा जाए तो शायद हम कुछ बता पाएंगे. Conceptual wise, but in the market, if you see anybody teaching English, they start with grammar, and that's the best part with TreeCampus. We focus more on not communication building, because it's all about speak and vocabulary, which is most important, not about the going through the grammar part and just learning the संज्ञा क्या है, विशेषण क्या है, जो हमें किसी को नहीं आता.
Yeah.
To you now, Nidi ma'am, like there are some common mistakes in the workplace, though a person can speak very fluently, very nicely, but there are also, some common mistakes they do in the workplace communication, which need to be avoided. How they can be avoided? Because, through the soft skills training also, that will guide people who know that I'm communicating very well. I'm presenting my ideas very well, but the way they are presenting is something, that is not expected. So what are the common workplace mistakes which you see people doing? And you can guide people who are listening to the webinar.
Right. So it's very interesting, and it's not just limited to corporates. This is also limited to our lives also. How many times, tell me, how many times have you been in a conversation and you're waiting, listening, and you're like zoned off, and you're waiting that the other person finishes, and then you're like, कहना क्या चाहते हो?
Exactly.
मुद्दे पे आ जाओ. This is what happens. We overdo, we over-explain sometimes. And that's the reason what exactly should be the point is never communicated. Or either it's not articulated very well. So something that people are missing out and we should actually focus on is clarity. and crispness. Brief, brevity, we call it brevity. That means how briefly and in less words that we can communicate. So that is superbly important to understand. There's a huge difference in cultures across countries in the world. There are two different type of cultures that exist. One is a high context culture and one is a low context. India is a high context one, where we'll go around the bush, we'll set a base, we'll tell a story, and then we'll come to the point. So the point is just this much, but the story is this much. While when we are in the American culture or the European countries, they are a very low context culture. They'll come straight to the point, right? And in the corporates, again, a lot of organizations here deal with their counterparts in Europe or US. And that's when they face the challenge, because we've been brought up with stories. We've been brought up creating that foundation. The other person should not feel bad. Sometimes just come straight to the point. So that is one common mistake: over explaining and overdoing. Using weak body language. That is another thing that stops communication or possibly hinders communication. When I say using weak body language, your words or the way you say it is not confident. I don't come across as confident because somewhere inside I am not feeling confident. I don't feel I'm good enough. So if we talk about communication, if we talk about confidence, it's coming from inside also. And in the corporate, we all know everybody is trying to overpower the other person. So sometimes even in corporates, we are doing trainings which talks about team collaboration, not working in silos, work together, empathy, all of those aspects we are trying to cover because they are missing big time. You're not able to understand. Another thing is using weak language. Body language is one thing, but I'm also using weak language. I think, sorry, but why am I apologizing? If I'm confident about how I'm communicating, I will say, in my opinion, from my perspective, I feel. So the way we use our words also conveys a lot of how we are communicating and what is the impact I am creating. And of course, I spoke about listening, which we are definitely not doing.
Yes.
So these are some major things which can definitely help.
So before we wrap up, I would just love to hear from each of you. What one piece of advice you would like to give to women looking to strengthen their communication skill? To you, Abha ma'am, like what is the advice you would like to give to all the women? Ma'am, you're mute.
Yeah. So, see, first of all, I would want to say that you are not alone. So, many of the most successful leaders out there feeling the same way. They felt the same way at some point of time. But the key is to start somewhere. The more you practice, the more comfortable you become, more confident you become. Surround yourself with supportive people. Take small steps. I think whatever, like take small steps every day, and be persistent on it. So be persistent and embrace every opportunity to speak, to communicate, whether it's in meetings and presentations or everyday conversations. Like grab every opportunity you will get. And one important, powerful mindset shift is to focus the message rather than on the fear. So if you're passionate about something, let that drive your words. Okay. So leadership isn't about perfect speech. It's about authenticity, clarity, and impact. So what impact are you putting? Even if your words are not putting that impact, your body language can put, like, it has to be something like that. So you can say that every great communicator was once a beginner, and with time and practice, you'll find your voice and the confidence to lead whatever field you want to go and you want to grow. So I think that's it. That would I would like to say. Yeah.
That says speak, speak, even you see speaks. No, don't be, as said by Nidi ji in the starting, that nobody is perfect.
Nobody is perfect, right?
Start speaking so that you may come to perfection.
You may come to perfection, yeah.
Nidi ma'am, can you advise our women on these Women Days?
Definitely. Before I share one last thought, I want to continue to what you just said. Speak irrespective of fears, because we wait for that one moment. I'm going to feel confident, let me prepare, let me accumulate some more skills, let me practice a little bit more. I'm not ready. So all I want to say is that confidence is not something that it's not about feeling nervous or it'll come one fine day. It won't. You will have to speak, you'll have to communicate despite all those fears. So take action and confidence will follow. It's as good as that. But as a communicator, use your voice, because your voice is your power. Because if you do not use it, somebody else will use theirs to define yours. You decide where you want to be. We women love validation. We look for somebody to validate what am I doing? Is it right or wrong? And then we fall prey to how our life is being driven. So it's nice to be together, but it's also important to speak what you feel is good and right for you. So that's something what I want everybody to know.
Truly said. I have read once, like if you don't work for yourself, somebody else will be hired and work for that. It's just that if you don't speak yourself, nobody will be hired in that case to speak on your behalf.
Right.
Thank you so much to the wonderful ladies who joined, incredible women, inspiring us. And this was such a powerful and enriching discussion. Thank you, Abha ma'am, Nidi ji, sharing your experiences and thought process, sharing the insights and communication, and enlightening this Women Day to have a thoughtful process, letting women know that how communication can help them, and setting example for women, like they can be, multitasker. They did not need to be giving a thought process that they are not they are perfect, as through the communication to be guilt-free. So thank you for the wonderful advice which you have given throughout the session. And thank you once again for giving your precious time for this webinar. Thank you all for joining. We will be looking forward to see you in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day to all of you.
Happy Women's Day.
Thank you so much, Nidi. It was really, really enlightening. Whatever, it was my privilege to hear you. So it was great.
Same here, Abhaji. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seema, for having us here.
Thank you, Seema.
Thank you. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.